Hello and welcome. Welcome to class 683. All right, let's finish our vocabulary. Let's continue where we left off yesterday. Digno de elogio, you remember? Praiseworthy. Digno de confianza, trustworthy. A trustworthy person. Trustworthy people often do praiseworthy jobs. La gente digna de confianza suele hacer trabajos dignos de elogio. Trustworthy people often do praiseworthy jobs. Memorize that sentence and repeat it. Trustworthy people, worthy, worth. How much is it worth? ¿Cuánto vale? Worth. No vale la pena. It's not worth it. Trustworthy people often do praiseworthy jobs. Trustworthy people often do praiseworthy jobs. Okay, bienes raíces, inmobiliaria, real estate. A real estate agent, agente inmobiliario is a real estate agent. Los británicos suelen decir estate agent. Estate, con E delante, estate agent. Estate con la E delante, repito, significa patrimonio. My estate. El impuesto sobre el patrimonio. Estate tax. Planificación de patrimonios. Estate planning. Gestión de patrimonios. Estate management. Patrimonio real, o sea, tangible, o sea, bienes raíces. Real estate, o sea, patrimonio real. Because inversiones dinerarias no es real, es aire, es money, but it's not tangible, no es tangible como una casa o un terreno. That's tangible. Real estate. The real estate market, el mercado inmobiliario, the real estate market. Commercial real estate. Es inmobiliaria de how do you say? What do you call locales comerciales? It's called commercial real estate. Industrial real estate. All right. And then you have zoning regulations. Zoning, regulaciones de zonaje, de zonas. Yeah. Regulación zonaje. Okay. Zoning regulations means legislación de calificación de terrenos, rústico, urbano. We call it zoning. Some places you can't build factories or you can't build houses. It's zoning regulations. Real estate, recompensa, reward. Reward también es premio. Yeah, premio castigo. Reward and punishment. Yeah, reward and punishment. You know, for my students to learn English, Marta, maybe a good idea is to connect an electric discharge. And so when my student makes a mistake, I push the button, and the student receives a mild electrical discharge, but a bit uncomfortable. And I think maybe the student will focus more, concentrate more, and make fewer mistakes and learn more quickly. What do you think? It's called reward, and if they say something right, a piece of chocolate. It's a reward and punishment. Yeah, premio castigo. Yeah, it's a very simplistic approach, but maybe it's more effective for learning English. I don't know. For people who say listen without to, or people who say people is. Reward. Yes. Bounty hunters, los cazarrecompensas. Bounty hunters, they want the reward. Wanted, dead or alive. Reward, $500. Yes, you remember Clint Eastwood when he was playing in the spaghetti westerns by Sergio Leone. Da-da-da-da-da-la-la-la. It's a reward. You get a reward. A reward. Sugerencia, suggestion. What do you suggest? Any suggestions? ¿Alguna sugerencia? Se diría en singular en español, pero en inglés. ¿Algunas sugerencias? Any suggestions? Suggestions. Suggestions. Chins, no chions. Any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, Richard, I have a suggestion. What? can you change the background? I'm tired of the same buildings. I don't know. Marta, are you tired of the same buildings behind me? No, Marta's not tired of the same buildings. She's the boss. So if you're tired of the same background, talk to Marta. Don't talk to me. I'm just the teacher. All right. Aquí soy un mandado, as you say in Spanish. Here, I'm not the boss. No existe la expresión soy un mandado. I take orders. Se dice así. Yo tomo órdenes, o sea, yo recibo. I take orders. I don't make decisions on this television show. So you need to talk to her. You need to talk to her. You're not talking to the right person. Don't talk to me. I can't help you. If you want to change the background, or if you want Marta to change the background, you have to talk to her. Yeah, I take orders here. Okay, I take orders. Sugerencia, suggestion, to suggest, suggestion. Los moros, mira tú, los moros. The Moors. Yeah, entraron los moros in 7-Eleven. The Moors, together with the Arabs from Medina and Mecca. They crossed the Strait of Gibraltar and entered Spain. And in 7 years, they took control of all of Spain, except Asturias and part of Cantabria, right there, in 7 years. And the Christians needed 780 years to reconquer. Long time, very slow. But for the Moors, it was very fast, the Moors. It's interesting that in the United States, the word Moors is an interesting word. It's a good word. Because in the United States, when you talk about los moros, the Moors, it's not despective at all. Todo lo contrario. Because in the United States, when you speak about Moorish Spain, la España mora o morisca, pero moriscos no, la España mora, we talk about Moorish Spain. In the United States, people think of Córdoba in the 9th and 10th century, the splendorous period of Moorish culture in Spain, in the Caliphate of Córdoba. It was a very interesting period historically, and a very splendorous period historically. And that's what people think. So the word the Moors or Moorish Spain, in England, I don't know. In Great Britain, I don't know. But in the United States, it conjures up, it creates good images, interesting images. The Moors. All right. Por lo tanto, therefore, yeah, A equals B. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. Therefore, A equals C. Therefore, por lo tanto. Lograr, conseguir is to accomplish. Richard, what have you accomplished in life? I've only accomplished one thing in life. To be happy and to enjoy it. That's the only important thing. If you enjoy life, if at my age you still enjoy life, then you have been a successful person. And you have accomplished the most important element or the most important objective in life, is to be happy. Now, only be happy es lograr, to accomplish or to achieve. To achieve my goals, to accomplish my goals, to achieve my objectives, to accomplish my objectives. Adjuntar is to enclose. Ya no se dice. To enclose. To enclose is adjuntar algo dentro de un sobre. Okay, that's to enclose. We don't use it anymore because people don't send letters with enclosures. Now we say to attach. To attach is different. To attach is con grapa, with a staple. That's to attach. And because in the computers now, in computer technology, you have the symbol of a paper clip, un clip, para juntar, un fichero. And so, we say to attach. To attach. But 50 years ago, we normally said to enclose, because si es suelto, adjunto pero suelto dentro del sobre, that's enclose. Adjunto pero grapado o con clip, to attach. Now we say to attach. And we say an attachment. An attachment. I lost my place. This is number 24. Okay. To attach. Por lo tanto, etc., etc. Expulsar es to expel. Expeler. Existe expeler, pero no se usa. To expel. Se usa mucho, to expel. To expel. A bad student. In the school system in the United States, if a student is very bad, the first step is to suspend the student. Aquí suspender significa fracasar en la asignatura. In the United States, that's to fail. He suspendido. He suspendido gimnasia, educación física. Wow. I failed PE, physical education. I failed PE. How can you fail PE? ¿Cómo puedes suspender? Yeah, gimnasio. I failed. All right. But no suspend. We suspend. No, suspend is suspender, but in otro sentido. For example, if I'm a bad student, if I'm in school, I'm 12 years old, and I'm a bad boy. Yeah, I hit the girls or something. Well, the school will suspend me, which means I spend 1 week at home. But I go back. Now, if the school expels me, my parents need to find a different school, because I have been expelled from. So to expel is expulsar. Fuera, out. To kick out. To expel. Inundar is to flood. Estoy inundado de felicitaciones por mi cumple. Yes, 2 days ago. What's today? Yeah, I was flooded, yeah? I was flooded with good wishes for my birthday. Yeah. I told as many people as possible not to write to me. I said, don't write. I want to enjoy my birthday. And went, well, why not? Te quiero felicitar. I want to wish you happy birthday. I said, don't. Well, why not? Because I received 200 good birthday wishes. And morally, I need to answer them, thank you very much. But to say only thank you very much is very short. You thank you very much, I really appreciate it, a ver si nos vemos, something like that. And so 200 responses, so I spend my birthday answering. It's not the best way to spend a person's birthday. So I say, don't write. But it doesn't matter. Yes. It doesn't matter. I was flooded. Inundado. I was flooded. To flood. To flood is inundar. A flood is una inundación. A flood. Se me inundó el sótano. The basement was flooded. All right. Pero también una riada. El agua baja de montaña. A 100 por hora. That's a flash flood. Say una inundación flash. A flash flood. Flash floods are very common in some areas of the world. It's common in the Pyrenees. It's common in the along the Mediterranean. You have the gota fria. You have these strong storms that cause flash floods. Flood, to flood, inundar, flood. Manejar, to handle. Yeah, to handle. I can handle this class. I can handle this situation. Giving English class on television is easy. I can handle any type of situation. I can handle any type of unexpected situation. For example, in the class yesterday, a person came in. Outside of the door, on the outside of the studio, there's a big light that says grabando in red. And the person didn't pay any attention, didn't even notice it, and opened the door. but I can handle those situations. About 4 months ago, there was a spider on the table. Remember, Marta? And I can handle the situation, but I was watching the spider. And so if he comes in my direction, I don't know what I'm going to do. But it was a small spider. If it had been a big, a tarantula, can you imagine a tarantula? And I'm trying to teach English, and I'm looking at that tarantula over there. But the likelihood that there would be a tarantula in this room, and on top of that, on the table, is very remote. The likelihood, la probabilidad de que haya a tarantula in this room, and on top of that, y encima, en la mesa, it falls to the table, is so remote. Besides, there are no tarantulas in Spain, I think. No. In Texas, yeah. Whew. But tarantulas are not really dangerous. They're scary, but they're not dangerous. All right. Expulsar, manejar is to handle. I can handle these situations. Asegurarse, to make sure, to make certain, to make sure. Make sure everything, before we start, Marta, tomorrow, make sure everything is okay. Make certain. Certain escrito. Make certain. Sí, señor. Número 10. Certain. Make certain. Make sure. Lo mismo. It's a make sure. You make sure. All right. Superar. To overcome. Sobreponerse algo. Superar. Es que the verb superar has 2 or 3 meanings. Yes. Vamos a superar nuestros resultados del año pasado. We're going to surpass. Sorpaso. We're going to surpass the results from last year. That's one way. Superar is también is to get over. Ya superarás tu resfriado. You'll get over. O sea, ya te pondrás bien. Recuperar es to get over. Superar en el sentido de recuperar. To get over. Y luego superar las grandes dificultades en la vida es to overcome. Sobre todo, desventajas. Si tienes una discapacidad, pero aún así lo superas, then you overcome those disabilities. For example, Helen Keller. Helen Keller was a little baby in Alabama, and she suffered an illness when she was 6 or 7 months old, and she went blind and deaf. She couldn't see and she couldn't hear. The family had money. And they called a woman, Anne Sullivan, Anne Sullivan. They called her down, I think, from Ohio. And she came down and spent many years with Helen Keller, teaching her to understand and to communicate with hand. This means yes, this means no, this means I, this means you. So there was hand language, not sign language, feeling language. You understand? Lenguaje sensorial or something. And Helen Keller went on to get a doctorada. She went on to get a doctorate. She learned how to speak, but with a lot of difficulty, of course, because she couldn't hear. If you can't hear, you can't speak, because you don't know how the sounds, you don't know the sounds. You're not familiar with phonetic sounds. But she was able to say things. I am here to, and it's incredible, just incredible what she did. That's to overcome. El verbo overcome es el verbo perfecto para esto. Superar grandes dificultades, grandes impedimentos is to overcome. The black people in the 1950s and 1960s, during the most important period for racial conflicto racial in the United States, the most common is, we shall overcome. Nosotros superaremos los impedimentos. We shall overcome. To overcome. All right, dar ejemplo is to set an example. Fijar un ejemplo. To set an example. Mira, te pongo un ejemplo. En inglés, mira, no has entendido. Mira, te pongo un ejemplo. Esa expresión es exacto en inglés. Hay que memorizarlo. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Déjame que te dé un ejemplo. Así se dice en inglés. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Pero aquí dice dar ejemplo, which is different. That means you need to behave. If you're the boss and you want to be a positive leader, the first and maybe most important element is to set an example. Dar ejemplo ante los demás. Then it's easier for them to follow you if you set the right example. So we to set an example. So to give an example is poner un ejemplo. To give an example. And to set, como to set the table, S-E-T, is to dar ejemplo. Tienes que dar ejemplo delante de los demás. You have to set an example in front of other people. Acomodado, well off. Pero I skipped one. Descargar is to unload. Bueno, físicamente descargar una mercancía es to unload. Cargar una mercancía es to load, escrito load. Load, unload, load, unload. All right, the loading dock es muelle de carga y descarga. The loading dock. Aquí decís muelle de carga y descarga, solo es decir los dos. It's not necessary. We say muelle de carga, the loading dock. The loading dock. Descargar es to unload. Acomodado, como una familia acomodada. Well off. Yeah, he's very well off. Él vive una vida bastante acomodada. He's well off. Well off. Interesting expression. They're quite well off. Viven una vida bastante acomodada. They're quite well off. Interesting word acomodado in Spanish. They're quite well off. Well off. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Pero qué pasa? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? Se dice incluso más, what's wrong? Si veo que algo te pasa, ¿estás bien? Are you okay? What's wrong? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's wrong? Wrong como equivocado, pero significa ¿qué pasa? What's wrong? ¿Tienes algo? What's wrong? What's the matter? What's the matter? That's when I'm worried. What's the matter? Now if I'm upset, pero ¿qué te pasa? ¿Estás loco o qué? Now what's the matter with you? Añado el with you. Well, what's the matter? Bueno, también, if you change the intonation, el with you sobra. What's the matter? What's the matter with you? What's wrong with you? ¿Te pasa algo? What's wrong with you? I can't believe you said that to those people. I can't believe you. What's wrong with you, huh? Are you crazy or what? What's the matter with you? Ahora, what's the matter? What's the matter? Simplemente la pregunta, oye, ¿qué pasa? What's the matter? ¿Algo pasa? Is something wrong? Is something the matter? Is something the matter? Is something wrong? What's wrong? What's the matter? Do I have something on my nose? ¿Estoy bien, Marta? No, I'm okay. Oh, what's wrong? She's looking at me with her eyes are like saucers. Se dice en español como platos. We say como platillos. Saucer, como platillo volante, flying saucer. Her eyes are like saucers. What's wrong, Marta? Is everything okay? Is there something on my nose? No? Am I okay? Am I okay? Is there something wrong? What's the matter? Okay, what's the matter? Okay. Hey, I finished. How much time do we have left? Marta, I have to kill 2 minutes. How can I kill 2 minutes? Killing 2 minutes. As we progress, this is class 683. Conforme progresamos, en número de clases, en tu inglés no lo sé. As we progress, I'm probably going to go out of the books and simply talk. Sometimes seriously, sometimes in a silly way. It doesn't matter. I simply want to expose you to the English language. And so that you're very used to my voice, you're very used to my style, you're used to my hand gestures, etc. I'm sure that some people can copy me perfectly. But I want you to become so familiar with the English language that the language becomes a friend, a good friend, and not simply a foreign language that you need to improve. It's simply a friend, and you feel comfortable and familiarity with the sounds of the language, etc. But at the same time, remember, you need to go to YouTube in the internet, and to listen to 1,000 different interviews, tutorials, different things on YouTube where people are speaking English. Interviews or humor programs or whatever. You need to expose your ear to the language. All right. See you tomorrow.